Honestly,
she's completely useless.
Honestly,
everything about her. And I did that, and I didn't want to talk about it at all or make any videos about it actually, because
like,
I was abusing it.
Right.
And yeah, just read. This is what I tell them. They tell me, what's the difference between you and me? Why you think you're better? I'm not better. I just read. People tell me, like, how did you beat 1940 in 2 days? Impossible. Like, it's impossible. Nobody does that. Why am I breaking charts? Why am I being #1 in everything, every event, everything?
Hey, it's me, Call, post-editing. Just wanted to say this is an interview with Pika, one of the best free-to-play players in the entire EU global scene, and kind of my discussion and thoughts with him. This video is about an hour long, and I'm gonna let you get into it, but leave a like and subscribe because it took it took a lot. There was over 2 hours of footage that I had to cut, trim, and make sure that it fit actually into the right spot. So, also, if you don't want to sit through an hour, future videos will have a condensed version of this content in it, 5-10 minute videos breaking down individual topics like free to play, how to spend your gems, etc, etc. But that will be later because this was a little exhausting. Well, you won't hear it at the end of the video, so as always, remember to tell the people you care about that you love them. Bye! So tell me a little bit about your free to play and in the top, you said?
I'm top 6 EU global.
Okay. And I'm assuming you started like pretty close to day 1, or?
Well, I actually on the EU1 account I started at the 2nd day.
Okay.
First day I didn't play. I rerolled a lot, like 50 accounts. Yeah, just to try to get Bison at the start. So I couldn't. I only got Gen twice and Juri twice.
Okay.
And I decided I want to play on EU1 because I know it will be highly competitive, full of whales, and this is what gives me the
drive.
Breaking those whales. Yeah, I could have paid. I paid double figures in AFK Arena. I'm on the current servers, like the 50 servers that they combine together to fight against each other. I'm rank 2. So
okay.
I paid a lot for AFK Arena, and I thought I'd come to this game and just destroy it. So everybody know when I go into a game, if people played games before with me, they're like, oh, this is Pika. Oh, expect to f this game. Like, expect whales to cry.
Okay.
And I love it. Okay, I love it. I really love it. It's like something like I'm known with it.
Okay.
And I don't do a lot of content. Even when I did and put on my YouTube, I had a channel before and I deleted it because I was like, I'm not up to this. And now I just do it for funsies.
Right.
And that's all.
Okay.
Yeah. So this game, like, I know what meta goes. I know the heroes. I know the builds. I have like 5 teams built in my head. I know what to do. I know how to climb, how to fast go, how to build efficiently. People tell me like, how did you beat 1940 in 2 days? Impossible. Like, it's impossible. Nobody does that. Even if you're late to your server. 1940 in 2 days with Cammy. Who's Cammy?
Right.
And I told them, like, I abused the heck out of the game. I know what to go with too. Like, the rank 1 asked me like, what team should I build? I have money. What goes with what? I told him, you maxed Mad Ryu. He applies debuff called Weakness. Bison applies debuff named Weakness. Who capitalize on it? Juri. And she's the only carry that will be a late game carry. Because when everybody on her team dies, she gains attack unbelievable. If everybody dies on her team, she goes like Dragon Ball Z. She explodes and starts like one-shotting everybody with single attacks. That's it. And weakness would be applied. And weakness applies for a long time, not just like armor break like Cammy and stuff like that. So she would be chopping everybody else. 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, or 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, you can get Juri. So even if it's like still, oh, the shop didn't refresh, what's the 1000 gem for 1 copy of Juri? Nothing. It's like, instead of doing Divination with 5000 gems to get 1 Juri, you just refresh the shop with 1000 gems and you buy Juri with the currency that you have. It's a good math, it's a good purchase.
Good value. Okay.
Exactly.
I have a list of questions, and I figure we can just jump back and forth, and if you have a question that's relevant, like, shoot back at me too.
Of course. Of course.
Do you think this game, Street Fighter Duel, is free-to-play friendly?
No, not at all. Not 1%. No, it started as free-to-play.
Would you say the game is fun or even possible to play then, free-to-play?
Actually, if you play it free-to-play, it's very fun. Even if we're pissed at Ken's event, if we disregard it, if we focus on if there was no Ken event and it's still the same game, it's very fun to play as free-to-play. You have many options, many builds, many stuff to do. You have the tower, you have the stages, you can manual, auto, create a team.
And I think that's the thing, is that like the game has so many different options, and it kind of like embodies a fighting game in a gacha super well, and I think that's why so many people are frustrated with how the first event happened, because like they're like, I like this game, why did it have to happen this way?
Yeah, I agree, 100%. It has so much potential. People were paying more before Ken event.
Right.
They were paying more. They enjoyed the game. Everybody enjoyed the game. Like, I couldn't ask anybody and tell me like, yeah, I don't want to play it. Yeah, it's boring or whatever. When you get to hard stages and stop auto and start manual, it's fun to manual because you're this close. You did a mistake. You need the time. You need to do something.
Right.
It's fun. What's your player base? The majority of your player base in any games like that. Who plays these? Countries that have people that can't afford to pay so much.
Right.
They have a game, they play it, have fun. So this is your player base. It gives you reviews, stars, it gives you data, it gives you a player base. And one day these players will pay $1, $10, maybe not only like one day. Maybe they will start spending like $5 per month. Who knows?
Right.
Imagine your player base is 1 million player, and every one of these players pays $1 per day. That's $1 million per day. And this is based on facts on other games that did the same thing. Yeah, what do you expect? What do you expect when you do something like that and piss off the free-to-play players?
I think you get something kind of like what happened recently. What
happened recently is I slept on 4.4 rating. I woke up to 2.7 rating.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa.
What happened here?
Yeah, and I checked the reviews, like it was 5 stars, the majority of it, and now 1 star is the majority. There's no 4-star, 3-star, 2-star.
It's all just a flip of a dime.
1 star, what they talk is greed, pay to win, greed. Okay, what happens when the free-to-play players disappear? Do you think that pay to win will... Why did the pay to win play and pay? Because they want to show themselves as
they want to be the top. They want to they don't want to play against each other.
They flex and destroy other players that pay less, which are the Dolphins and the free-to-play.
Right.
Dolphins wreck the free-to-play. Free-to-play wreck each other, except when someone like me comes into the picture and starts wrecking everybody.
Flips it all on its head, right?
Yeah, but there's players like me, and there's more people that's smarter at exploiting stuff. I have seen some people like are crazy mad, and I learned from them. If you get rid of your free-to-play player and piss them off, Dolphins will be pissed off because the whales will take it on them.
Right,
they will leave.
They're the smallest fish then.
Yeah, then whales will leave. Yep. You saw the pictures. They fixed it. As when I knew when they told me that they're talking about fixing it, I woke up. I'm also a developer for many other games. A very, very good software engineer, you can say. So I can decode some stuff. I looked into the game files and stuff, and the rates are correct for the Ken banner. It's perfect. People were stuck always.
Yep.
I came to the server. I posted on global chat, ZANGIEF interrupt combos, and the popularity went from nothing to everybody playing ZANGIEF.
Right.
Yeah, on for 4 days or 5 days on the server and on the global where I was, play Pika strat. That's what they thought. They didn't say play beast. Play Pika strat.
Right.
And then I came up with the other shit. What's it? Cody. They were like, what the hell?
They're like,
is
why
Cody?
What? Mayor Cody? No. No,
B rank Cody. And I explained, you just press Cody, you continue a combo. after that, oh, my combo gauge is still full. You don't lose it. People didn't know the potential of other fighters in the game.
Oh, for sure. It's just like the first 2 weeks, it's like Mad Ryu, Beast Guile, Elena, and Chun-Li, and I'm good to go. That's the end of the game right there.
Yeah, and like I told them, look, there's no like, yeah, we can say trash or whatever, but there's no trashy hero or fighter in the game. Every unit has its own specific thing to do, and it has a role in certain stages, situational stuff. Nothing goes to waste completely. They don't read. If they would read a little bit about these stuff, they will understand. Why am I breaking charts? Why am I being number one in everything, every event, everything? And then they look, oh, this is the team, this is the rotation, they watch my replay, they do the same team, and then they climb up.
Choice Fighter you get by getting a triple S character. Garage coins,
exactly.
And cars and stuff like that. You start earning garage coins at chapter 18. You can actually go and check the world map and click on, and that's where garage coins are, or workshop tokens they're called, are newly added to your idle rewards.
The shop doesn't sell you these garage tokens unless, what I've heard is chapter 20.
Right, the shop adds them to it a little bit later, and then two other big ones that like people talk about and don't realize early on. Equipment, you need blue or better to upgrade, so just wait a little bit, your equipment you'll be able to upgrade it eventually, and the game will let you know for sure when you can, because that exclamation point will pop up, and sometimes I don't want to upgrade the equipment yet.
Exactly.
You unlock double S gear at 16. The other big thing with equipment is it worth putting higher tier equipment on a fighter if they have maxed out equipment for their current level? Like if you have A tier gear and you just unlocked an A plus gear, but your A gear is maxed out, I think it's worth it to put to switch it over, right?
This is a good question. So the gears, never upgrade any gear that you get before the red gears if it doesn't have any faction bonus.
Right.
If you're playing like Mad Ryu, and you get the electric symbol on it, if it's purple and you want to push and you need a little bit of power, yeah, upgrade that. Don't upgrade anything else, because the value to it, like the cost of upgrading this, okay, early it's fine, but we're talking like when you get to higher stages at 16, 17, upgrading these cost a lot of cash, and the cash return is not as the same for upgrading these. You pay more, and you don't, when you burn them as food later when you get the red gears, they don't give you cash back, they give you experience to the gear,
right?
Which is not equivalent to the price that you paid.
So you still get the same amount of points when you feed them in later, but you don't get the money that you spent back on it.
You actually pay money to do that.
Right.
And never upgrade red gears unless they have the faction of your fighter,
because they very quickly don't become worth it, right? They don't get the 30% boost.
It's just like it's a trap. We did it in AFK. It's a trap. Nobody does it actually there. Everybody knows that. It's a rule. The red gears that has no faction, when you replace them, they're food, okay? Because the 30% bonus from the faction gears on the red gears is just another hero, another fighter.
It's such a big difference.
Big boost, big difference.
Another thing that I see a lot of questions at least in the global chat, and I'm assuming as new players, is the original tokens, the strengthening tokens, and faith gems. Faith gems, I was looking at those, and it looks like after chapter 8, and when you reach Fighting Heart level 15, well before you can actually use them, and so people are just stuck with them in their menu, and they're like, what are these? Where do I use them? How do I...
Yeah, you should... Yeah, they will open for them later, and they're gonna use them. But you need to know where to use them and how to use them.
Right.
Especially the currency to upgrade the exclusives.
Yep, that would be the
original
tokens.
Token.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't. I cannot stress this out. Do not upgrade anybody just because you have them at double S. Unlock it, perfect. Unlock every single fighter that you have. Unlock their exclusive. It costs 20 tokens. Unlock it. It's worth it. it kind of double all of the stats of your hero when you unlock it, of your fighter. Unlock that. Okay, push it to +5 if you're using him. If he's needed for you, yes, do that. If not, do not. And choose your early carry that you're gonna depend on very wisely. Ryu is not a mistake. He's not bad. To me, he's a high B, low A tier. Yeah, people put him on S and SS and God tier, and he's not. He's not. If you want to think through mechanics, min-maxing, pushing, stages, stuff, there's a lot of other heroes that... I'll give you one hero. I don't like her at all because it gives me a lot of problems at stages. Is Viper.
That's what I'm struggling with right now.
Yeah, she's one carry that could carry you very, very, very hard, and she kills backlines. What would a tank do to you? Tanks would do nothing. If you're against a Bison stage, it's the easiest thing for you if you're a Viper user as a carry. Yeah, I regret it, actually. I can't regret it, but like I picked the factions when I wanted Mad Ryu and stuff. He's off my wish list, and he's triple S. And I'm getting him from Stones, and the game wants you to have him because he's featured. He have nice art, and he's good. He's not bad.
He looks cool.
Very cool, but he's not the best.
Right. Okay?
He's not the best.
I know the first wall that people get to in earnest is like 940 because usually you're a little bit under-leveled and you're like, I just hit this wall. What do I do? How do I do this?
I broke it down for everybody. The first wall as a free-to-play you hit if you didn't build Kami. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. If you build Kami, no walls. Your first wall is 21, 23.
Okay.
Chapter 21, stage 23. If you build Kami, there's no walls in the game if you build Kami. I'm not just like because, oh, I like Kami, or I tried Ryu, I got stuck at 16.
Right, 1540.
The first wall for free-to-play players is 640. The game, it's in its codes. It's impossible to win unless 5 hours pass. Unless you cheese it with Beast ZANGIEF with perma-stun and you get the damage. Because if you didn't spend 5 hours playing the game, at stage 640, within the coding, the enemies have 50% more damage resistance and you deal 50% less damage.
Really?
This is in the coding, yeah. 5 hours needs to pass by the game. We tried it so many times. After 5 hours, we just auto it, and it just auto win at 640. This is the first wall. The second wall is at 940. It's a hard stage. There's no need to wait for nothing.
Right.
It's just straight up hard. Then you have 1140.
Yep, and that was that one the double Ryu?
I think so. And then 1640 was the hardest one of them all for this is free-to-play players, or not dolphins, like very, very light spenders.
Right.
This is what's hard for them. That's all. Everything else, if you're a whale, there's no hard stages until like chapter 28. Yeah, chapter 28 you start getting there because you need to pay very much so you can gain levels and make everybody 240. After you get all your heroes, this is an AFK arena concept also. I knew it from day one because I know what's the AFK arena. When the 4 main heroes get to level 240, you can't level specific heroes anymore.
Okay.
Single hero. And every hero in your, what do you call it?
Limit break.
Or limit break. And the limit break will be 240. You level 1 level in this tree, everybody in your team levels 1 level.
Okay.
So this is like mid-game, how it starts.
Okay.
People say, oh, we're in the late game. No. In AFK Arena, there's 55 chapters. It have been 3 years, nobody finished 55.
Really?
Okay? I'm stuck at stage 40.
Right.
And I paid a lot. Yeah.
So you would say around like 23 to 28 is when mid-game starts then?
Mid-game is 25 and beyond. Mid-late is chapter 30 or 31 when you get 2 teams. You need 2 teams to clear it. You fight 2 teams. You need 2 teams.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so you play like with the team Carry, Kami, and Beast, and all the stun and shenanigans. Oh, I beat the first team. Second team, what would you do?
You're out of characters, right?
People shouldn't be progressing that fast. This is why the game is like it's limited pool of heroes. If you want to progress to these levels, you need to build every single hero. If it's like AFK, I don't know if it's not like AFK. Maybe it's not like AFK. Maybe 2 teams max or 3 teams you need. We still don't know. I didn't play fully the Chinese. Okay. I tested it, played it 2 years ago. I played it for 2 years, but not regularly. Like sometimes it have been like 2 or 3 months that I didn't touch the game. I go just sign in, do dailies and leave.
Right, the normal gacha experience when you get burnt out a little bit. So how would you say that it is like optimal to progress through early game then?
Min-maxing. I cannot stress min-maxing. It's the key to success. When you start the game, every single diamond that you get, every single token that you get, you go and summon with those. Not because just getting the heroes. It's getting the food for making a carry and a tank. You don't need specific tank. There's no tank that would handle any damage in later stages until you get Bison. Bison is not a tank. Bison is not a tank. But he fills the role of it. He's better than all the tanks in the game.
Because he just doesn't die.
He doesn't die, and he's just a meat wall.
Yep.
You beat him, it doesn't matter. He will damage you because you beat him. So min-maxing. Pull for heroes. Every 24 hours that you have, or 8 hours and these stuff, save them for progress as hard as you can until you reach this wall that you cannot do anything. And this wall, at stage 11 I'm talking. Okay. I'm not talking the first chapter. Chapter 11. There, you pop a little bit of your resources to level up all your heroes to a specific number, let's say to level 60, so you can go with your main carry to level 100. Okay. And he will carry, or she will carry, whatever the hero that the fighter you're using. Yeah, so this is it. Just don't save your resources, strictly level up from finishing chapters and stages, do lots of summons, shadow loot, take the hardest camps, buy with diamonds, with materials, with whatever you can find, breakstones.
Yeah, speaking of good value and stuff like that, what mid-game, late game, what would you say the best things you can do with gems in each stage of the game is?
I would say chapter 8, stop spending your gems on summons. If you get, the main point for getting your carry is double S. If you get your carry to double S, it means the exclusive is open. You unlock his exclusive or her exclusive. You make it to level 5, perfect. You're set to go to chapter like 15. At these chapters, you want from chapter like 9 to 15, you need to save all the gems you can. Why? This is why. Here, let's say this is the mid game for them. The early mid game, chapter 15. You reach that. You have your carry, unlock their gears, make their exclusive until like 10. You clear it, the 1540. You unlock your divination, and it's a guarantee with the first single to get a Bison. You're gonna get a Bison.
Okay.
Bison A carried me till chapter 19. At 1940, I had a little bit of problems because if somebody spits on him, he dies and explodes, and his explosion does nothing.
All right.
So you need to pull for Bison, and you need gems. If you wasted it with gems from chapter 9, you have nothing. Normal pulls, you're gonna have a lot of purple stones. You're gonna have a lot of free cards, many chests, many rewards, many stuff that you're gonna have along the game, which will give you many heroes, many fighters. The select summon, you can select whoever you want. Only this spend gems on the select summon. And be careful when selecting. You need at least 1 copy of ZANGIEF. You cannot progress without this guy. This dude is very much needed. You cannot, no matter what you do, you cannot progress without him unless you're a very power creep whale. I'm talking normal players. Okay. You need the interrupt. You definitely need him to interrupt. So you need at least 1 copy. So save it. If you never got ZANGIEF, do him with the selected choice recruit. Get 1 ZANGIEF. Make your life easier. If you have him, go for your carry, copies of your carry. You need them to be triple S. You'll be set. That's the spending of the gems. Divination. You go there, 1 summon, you get Bison. You do 2 summons, you get nothing. 3rd summon, you get Bison. Or you do I guess one multi you get nothing, second multi you get another Bison. That's A+. And then the rates becomes every 25,000 approximately, like if you're unlucky, every 25,000 gems to get one Bison. If you're lucky enough, you get them in less.
Okay, so like 25,000 gems is about the like pity for what other games would call it.
Yeah, it's 100%. 25,000. The game is not like punishing that much. It's 25,000.
Okay.
Of course, because they think everybody will pay and be regular, so they will have 25,000. As free to play, you can't afford that. Right. I can't afford that. I was lucky. I did singles, and I got the first Bison I got which was guaranteed first single. Temple, nothing. Temple, Bison. Then singles, I got a Bison. So I needed one copy. I finished the event, won that the Global Awakening, and I got the box. I picked the Bison, and he's S ranking for me. Late game, if you built your Bison to a good stage like double S, you need to get him to double S. I cannot stress enough. Double S plus. Okay, but double S just to unlock his exclusive. It's so crucial for him. When you unlock that, you look at what it says and you'll be shocked because the hero just becomes even more OP.
Right. And people are already complaining and they're not even fighting against double S Bison yet.
Yeah, exactly. So when you do that, when you have him a double S, stop. Change your wish list, pull for Juri, put every single dime that you have to get Juri, do everything in your power to get this girl. This girl is the end game. This girl is the main carry of all of this game. In every Street Fighter game that we played, Juri is OP, she will stay OP, and she is OP. Read her, check what she does, her exclusive. She's out of this world in this game. I wish I rerolled to get her. My reroll got me Jen. He's good, amazing, but he doesn't work with anyone. He works alone. Okay. Juri, she has weakened. You're gonna build Bison. He's OP, and you already get a lot of Mad Ryu, so you'll use him with this comp. I'm gonna switch when I have Juri, triple S, or at least double S. I'm gonna put Ryu into action, drop Cammy, as much as I love her, because they all apply weekend, and she goes ham. She starts chopping people. As much as I love Cammy and she's carrying me, if by some miracle my Juri went to triple S, that's it. I'm gonna be cruising the everything.
So you would say that's probably a good use of your coins in the city shop to pull for Juri.
Yeah, the city shop. Yeah, of course. I did. It wasn't a mistake. I was rushing and I needed food, and I missed only one A+. So I had Guile. I'm not using him. I bought Guile from the city shop and use him as food for Cammy to make her triple S, because I was like, my first triple S. You can't wait and stuff. This is a mistake. No, nobody should do that. Don't feed your other.
It's such a trap. Fighters. Don't feed your A tiers to other A tiers.
Yeah, it's a trap. Yeah, but buy Juri slowly but surely. Like if you're playing this game every, I think, 2 weeks, you can get one Juri.
I think it's something close to that.
Every 3 weeks or 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, you can get Juri.
So when you hear, and this is kind of in tandem with late game, when you hear the phrases like save for Akuma, save for X character, would you typically say you would agree for them, like totally 100%? Okay.
If Akuma is the same as Akuma that we know from the other versions, the Chinese and Taiwanese, yeah, he's pretty much OP.
Okay.
Definitely save for him. I'm saving now. I'm trying to save like 10k diamonds as free to play, just for when he drops, just to at least get one copy of him. I want to check if he's that good. Okay. He's the most OP, still meta in CN. He's the most OP unit in CN.
That's what I had heard I have a lot of talk about.
I have high hopes. Yeah. Listen to Sonic Storm when he talks about him. He's on point, because he's not a collab character. They said collab characters will be heavily pay to win.
Okay.
If this is the last time they're gonna give us a pay to win character as free like Ken, the next collab is Dante with
Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry. Yeah, and he's 100% pay to. You can't obtain him as free to play. Impossible. Akuma is within the game.
Yep.
And Akuma is a fire in another version. I don't know if it's the Taiwanese or something, but if he's gonna drop as master, it means you go for divination for him. That's it. So it's by gems. Kinda pay to win, but not pay to win, because he's accessible.
Right, because you can save up the currency and eventually at least get him.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm kind of wrapping up the last little bit of my questions. I think I have like 3 or 4 quick ones more.
I'll try not to talk a lot.
No worries. Take as much time as you need. It's pretty cool to see this kind of insight from somebody taking it so far. What do you think is a sleeper unit that not enough people are talking about?
Guile.
Guile?
Guile.
I can kind of hard agree to that, because I ran into Guiles like in the 20s chapters and stuff like that, and I'm like, dang, this man's kind of hitting. It kind of hurts. Do I have one of these guys that I can build eventually? And I have my combat Guiles. I don't know if I accidentally awoke one or...
No, not combat.
No, normal Guile.
Normal Guile. So the thing is with Guile, with Makoro, with Kami, with Dhalsim, these kind of fighters, they scale. So imagine if you deal damage, the more the HP that your opponent have, the more damage that you do. But he's not end game material.
Okay.
He's late game carry that you can depend on.
Okay.
But he's not late. Why? Because he have the same things that not only him. There's other carries that like deals that for the percentage of the enemy, they deal something to them. But this kind of things scales with the enemies, doesn't scale with you. So
Right.
Juri scales with herself. She gains 25% attack for every unit that died in your team.
Right.
25% attack of the total of her attack. So this is massive. This scaling is like the percentages are so high. Guile, whoever plays Guile, I saw somebody is playing Guile right now. He's doing amazing for him. Guile is a good carry. He's not a bad carry. But also, one problem, you need to protect him. Because Viper stages, you do nothing.
Dies
Poison
right away.
stages, you're always silenced. Yeah,
Okay.
something like that. He's slow and he lacks the HP that's needed to survive. He depends on other supports.
Okay. On the flip side of that, what about a trap character, one that people think is better than they really are? And I might have a clue as to... Go on.
Well, so far it's Ryu. People just like, oh,
Reading?
Wales went in, Mad Ryu, and started building Mad Ryu. He's a glass cannon.
Right.
Yeah, if you sneeze beside him, he dies. He does Hadouken and dies. Like, he sneezes and dies. That's
Right.
it. There's a little bit of Abel also.
Okay. Yep.
Somebody that they get strapped to because at the start they think it's OP. Chun-Li.
Chun-Li.
It's a very trapped character. You'll use her for the defense break and for the
speed.
She lowers the defense and she gives you speed. You need her for some stages to outspeed enemies.
Right.
But she is a trap. The biggest trap in the game is, in my opinion, this is my opinion now, not based on anything, E-Honda.
Okay.
Now everybody is talking about him and stuff. He's useless, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, he stuns. Okay,
Right.
cool. And yeah, he gets immunity when he gets to lower than 30%. Okay, he got one tap. He's immune. He stunned the one that hit him. The combo continues. You need to interrupt the combo before the damage when they start animation.
Right.
Let's. Okay. One major difference between fighting classes and assassin classes.
Okay.
Fighting class will gain damage reduction. On higher stages, no matter what is the damage reduction you gain, you're gonna get one shot. If
Right.
you get a 1 million crit in your face, the hero will die.
And
What Kami has for assassin is dodge. Now dodge is another level. Dodge is something else. If you get 1 million hit in your face and you dodge it, there's no hit.
there's
You
no
can
damage.
tank that.
Right. And
Yeah,
I think
you can
that's
tank it.
that's what I'm running into right now, because I very early on I found Mad Ryu and I'm like, I think this character's funny because it's not evil Ryu and I want to run him because people seem to say he's good, which is true.
Yeah.
Like he can
He's
put
good.
out he can
No,
put
no,
out a
he's
lot of
good, but-
damage, but he
Exactly.
does die because he's squishy.
They use him on early stages. They didn't go. They're not on my like. I have Mad Ryu at Triple S, and I have the Triple S car on him, and I have his exclusive build. But he's not like on early stages. Oh, he killed somebody. He goes and kill the next one, and every time he kills somebody, he keeps Hadouken. Perfect. But on high stages, what hero will he one-shot?
Not much of anything.
Nobody. No, you can't one-shot anybody. Like, imagine you versus Honda. What could you do?
Cry a little bit?
Can just tear him apart. You can't do anything. There's tanks. They put, like, Hugo with like, 3 million HP. What could you do? What damage do you have on Ryu that can hit for 3 million? With crits. Nothing.
And then the last one about characters, in terms of your opinion, do you have a hot take? Do you think someone is the best character in the entire game? Like, who would you say that would be? Is it a hot take or a cold take?
There's a character that everybody trash on, which is got me to in Crusade 2 times top, and in the game nobody did the damage that I did. Is Mayor Cody?
Okay. What about him makes him super great? The duel
He goes into duel with the boss, and you wreck the boss. He takes more damage. Okay. You just absolutely crush the boss. Like, absolutely, like, destroy the boss. I cannot, like, I don't understand how people don't see that. He goes into duel, and you deal how much? 70% more damage to the boss.
Right.
And I did that, and I didn't want to talk about it at all, or make any videos about it, actually. Because like, I was abusing it.
Right.
And yeah, and people were like, oh, his Cammy is dealing a lot, let's play Cammy. They didn't think, oh, why is he playing Mayor Cody?
Right.
Yeah, that's something also, like, if they just read.
I have seen the gears turning in some of the community's members. Like on the Discord, I saw somebody and they're like, what if I bring Mayor Cody to Bison fights? And we're like, no, that's the worst case scenario. But the gears are turning, right? Bison, but the rest of your team won't. And so I think people are like starting to pick up the pieces that like these characters have abilities that are good based on situations.
Yeah, don't just read your heroes, read your enemies. Like, we have this boss right now, the mechanical spider, whatever his name is, Bertha, I call him. Yeah. He puts shields on himself, so you hit him for 1 attack.
Right.
I went in and just went ham and just like, why am I dealing 1 damage? Like, what's going on? Even my crits are 1 damage. So I read the skills. Oh, he puts shields. Shields can be negated by debuffs.
Right.
Such as bleed, shock, or burn. Like, damage over time. Right. So I built a combo with Dalsim. I built like he puts burn on him. The shields starts dying, consumed because he has burn on him, and I deal damage. I posted a video about it. People ask me, how did you do in Crusade? I showed them the video. Now they're top ranking in these things.
Right.
Yeah. Just
read. Just read.
Yeah, just read. This is what I tell them. They tell me, what's the difference between you and me? Why you think you're better? I'm not better. I just read.
So
that's all.
I will say, like, it's not only just reading, but you also piece together, like, what could be good.
Yeah,
like that. So there's mechanical skills that you have, too.
And people do not know how to use some characters. Like Chun-Li, oh, she falls off later. The problem with her is she capitalizes on the armor break, but she doesn't apply armor break. So she needs somebody to apply armor break, and you can do that.
Okay.
What applied armor break is the Ibuki EX that you open while buying the tokens from the guild shop for 1,000. I refreshed it every day, many times, until I got it to 30. It applies armor break now, and Kami applies armor break. So now Chun-Li deals super insane damage. So don't just kill heroes because you didn't know how to play them and put them on tier lists that it's not viable because you didn't figure out a team around them.
Right.
She's still good.
It's like
one of the best heroes.
It's team building, essentially.
Synergy. Let's say synergy. Fire teams, they're not trash. Fei Long is not trash. People should know how to use them. And I will show a team, actually, it's called the one-shot team. It's a counter-back team. If you hit them, they hit you back, you die. That's it. I'm building this team. I tried it on a whale team. I couldn't believe my eyes what I saw in PvP. And one thing too, one team never loses in PvP. It's Yon and Yang. People just remember that. Yon and Yang never loses in PvP on same lineup.
Okay.
Never ever loses. Never. Impossible. Only if you have Yin and Yang against you also. then it's the odds for the who crits more.
I'll keep my eyes peeled for that one then, because that sounds interesting as well. Did you have any questions at all?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to know what would make you pay when you start playing this game. What drives you to at least pay? Is it to progress, or the characters, or the aesthetics, or the gameplay?
So personally for me, it was at the very first, I think I started like day 2 or 3 or something like that, and it was not many of the stuff in the shop seemed very appealing to me. Like Bison for $100, I'm like, before I even knew about Divination, I'm like, that's not worth it. I'm not gonna buy Bison because that's just one character, and I think I can make it further. Like, I took the common team, Mad Ryu, Beastgeef, Chun-Li, and Elena, and beat. I made it through 1540, and I'm like, oh, Divination, so I have a chance for this anyway. So it has to be packs that like offer decent value for what I feel is worth it. And so like, there were a couple of them that I did buy, and it's like the heroic grant packs that offer breakstones.
Exactly, yeah, these are good.
I do enjoy. I'm very subjectable, very gullible to the I want to pull characters and I want new characters. So so the travel perks where you clear a stage, you get a free 10 pull.
Yeah.
And then aside from that, it's just like the small pack stuff.
There's a question I want to ask you. I want to ask a lot of people about it. What made you buy Fashion Sakura?
See, that is a wonderful...
Was it the influence?
That is a
others?
Wonderful question. I don't have a really good answer. I'm not gonna lie. It was just like, I looked at the skills and I'm like, that seems interesting and I want to mess around with it, and I have the funds available to do it. I didn't, like, obviously we don't have any other legendary or fashion Blanca isn't out yet, and so I was like, this will be my 5th character, there's some value because it will unlock the extra choice fighter reward for me, and I just think they look neat, like the design wise.
Yeah, it looks so cool, and her character is also cool, so I can give you good things about her. I have to tell you something, and I'm sorry.
Scammed.
She's useless.
Scammed.
She's useless. She's a C tier to F tier, between F and C tier.
Honestly,
she's completely useless.
Honestly,
everything
that's fine.
about her.
I didn't.
I read her. My friend, he's not a spender, but he saved, and he told me, I want to pay for this character, and he's a youngster. And I told him, look, she's not good. And he's like, look at her kit. They say she goes good with Bison. I told him, hey, listen to me. She's not that good.
She doesn't.
Have Elena.
I think that the major thing is that, like, she doesn't offer faction bonus, right? Like, you lose out at least on 5% if not just for, like, not just talking about her skills.
Do you know where she goes from the C tier that I'm gonna put her at to an A tier, maybe low-key S tier? When you have 3 more faction heroes, then she will be because I don't think they're gonna give heroes that are healers as fashion. If they do, she's still useless if they're better than her. Okay, but so far now, just not for the faction bonus, she doesn't offer that much. Rose, one copy, offers a lot more than her. And Elena, everybody's building it. You look at your Elena, she's perfect. She's completely perfect. 3 stars on her. Wow, her stats are amazing. Her exclusive is exploding. Amazing exclusive. You build her gears, that's it. You don't need more, because not only her heals, her passive, the 30%, I guess, more HP, more defense to the main carry with the highest attack. Oh my god, that's just incredible. That's amazing. I think
that alone has carried me through a few stages, and I don't realize it because, like, you don't really feel it if you like have been running Elena the entire time. I haven't really run many comps without Elena to get the flip side, get the experience without it.
Exactly. Well, if you play without her, you'll be like, oh, I could have killed him, but if I only had 1 more HP.
Right.
Well, she provides this, not on the regeneration buff, the heals, but she gives you more 30% more HP and defense. You take less damage and your HP pool is bigger. So you do this with her. You would do it.
Speaking of what makes you purchase, I'm a really big Monster Hunter fan. And so like I stayed up until the event dropped for Monster Hunter Ken, and I think I bought tiers out of frustration, and that snowballed into
Damn, okay.
Because it was like, I want this character. I decided in my mind before the event that I was going to get this character.
If you just waited,
I know,
like
just a day, just a day even.
Yeah, just a day.
And so that snowballed into something that I think it was a little bit concerning. Like if I didn't have at that point in time, I had a little bit more spending money that I hadn't like allocated, and so it was free money. But like if I didn't have that spending money, I would have been concerned, and that I think is like the gacha trap, that like this is not good to people who suffer from gambling or anything like that.
Yeah, even if you're not a gambler, it has a certain thing that throws you into it.
Right.
And like, no, I'll do it last time.
Right, just one more. Just one more.
Yeah,
and I think that's why I ended up with SS Plus Monster Hunter Ken. Is it got very out of hand very quickly, and I'm like, well, shoot.
Like if you have to continue to triple S. Why? Because this character will not return. There's impossible ways to get him again. If you went that far for him, I suggest
you're almost
do your polls
trapped,
and
basically, right?
It's you have 2 copies, which you can do nothing with.
Yeah. So you got a list of fighters. You flame me on my Fashion Sakura. Who do you think I should invest in? No, I'm not hurt. It's fine. Who do you think I should work on building next? And why is it Cammy?
Cammy and Poison. Poison simply because she has a kit that no one has. She has stun. She deals massive crit against
male fighters,
male characters, and against female fighters. She
pressure, right?
Pressure, yeah. Which is a big important thing in this game. Pressure. You'll realize this when you build Poison. You'll be like, oh, damn, what the hell is going on? And Cammy, she's so far. Until you build Juri, Cammy is on God tier, and Poison, Viper, Dalsim on A tier or S tier, and all the others are from A to C, whatever you want to put them. I don't mind if you put them, no matter. If you tell me Ryu is on C or on A, it's up to you. I don't rank him. I'm leveling him up just when I get Fashion Blanca, just to link him with him. That's it. He's completely useless for me.
He'll be link fodder. Oh no.
He's nothing in this game. Nobody understands it. He's a glass cannon. If you have a cannon, it's a glass. You shoot with it once and it dies. Gone.
Yep.
Yeah. And in Crusade, the biggest mistake: don't use Ryu. Don't use him. He's so slow in dealing damage. He's so slow. One kick from Cammy, one is dead. Two are dead. She goes on a rampage. No, I think nobody in this mid game. What's the biggest score in Crusade? Not in Crusade, in the guild, like the stage.
I think
what's your biggest score?
Shadowlands. Let me check. Right now, 12 million, and there's
Ryu, right?
I forgot. Hold on. It's 12 million, but I only brought 4 fighters because I forgot to put in Monster Hunter Ken. I'm just laughing because I look and it's like everybody on my guild has 4 fighters, and then there's me with 3. But yeah, with Mad Ryu, 12 mil, and then currently I'm second in my guild, but
I'm 1 day late on my guild and on my server, and I'm not just rocking top 1 and everything.
Right.
Not chapters, of course, because they paid more. And in tower, I'm 6th. With all the whales, it's EU1, the biggest whales, and I'm 6th. In the guild, I'm doing 24 million damage with Cammy alone. So Bison, Cammy, Beast, and Elena, because later on, when you get to these high millions, the enemies hit hard.
They do.
So you need some heals and sustain.
And I think it's through sheer luck and too much determination on my part that I'm server 162, and I'm 3rd in it right now because
nice.
Monster Hunter Ken came out and like everybody got the free trial, and like I feel like honestly like the free trial Ken just helped everybody boost a lot farther than they could have normally. It was like
and now they're stuck.
And now that's what I'm worried about for everybody, is that they're gonna be stuck stuck for much longer than they quote-unquote like normally should be because they got a good character to boost them past where their level was. I'm honestly a little bit worried about that with the Monster Hunter event too, because like everybody's free trial Ken is gone if you didn't save it for later on in the event. Now everybody's going to be dealing 25% less to Magala.
No, it's 100%. They're gonna kill him 6 times. They're gonna claim the rewards and everything.
Okay.
They increase the damage per second that happens to the boss every day. So
okay.
Yeah, we're cool. We're cool. And there's a lot of people that paid to get Ken. Even dolphins they paid.
Right.
Talking about whales now, there's people who's getting Ken to SS. When you get him to SS, it's like that's what at least where you want him, so you can get his exclusive.
So would you say like if you wanted more than just the novelty of Monster Hunter Ken, then SS is the minimum?
It's the minimum, yeah.
Okay.
SS the minimum. We did him on trial. Everybody almost on 200 levels on the trial. So when they got him on the trial at level 200, he's SS with no exclusive. So I pushed Cammy to 220, and he became triple S with exclusive plus 10, and that's a game changer.
Right.
His exclusive is a game changer, like impossible. Like
it looks enticing, not gonna lie.
Yeah, this is why they made him so much pay to win. They knew what they did.
Right, and I think that's why like everybody was like, oh, they changed him from Taiwanese server. Why would you do this? And
yeah, I wish it was like he's a fashion character with $100 pay to win aspect. And if you're free to play, you need to grind like 15 hours per day for a month to get him, or for a week to get him.
Just to make it possible for free to players.
Yeah, it's basically kind of impossible and possible to get him. You need to just farm for hours every day to get this character. So who's dedicated to do that? That's a loyal player for your player base, and he's a potential customer.
Right.
Yeah. And the others for $100 you got Ken. That's okay. Yeah, but so far so good. They're gonna give you a free pass, like they're gonna give us a copy for collection wise and stuff. You can use him in some certain aspects as maybe in Crusade and some events, you know. But he's useless basically. He's just like, oh, here you have a copy of him.
And for the novelty of it, basically.
Yeah, well, I think it's good that they did that at least. Instead of like, nah, we're stubborn, we're not gonna give anything.
Right. I think that it was a wise decision in terms of at least keeping some of the players to stem the bleeding a little bit.
Yeah,
and I don't
think that it's any good, but I think they learned from this mistake right now, because this game is different than the other games that Crunchyroll. They made so many games, they're not that successful, that good, that appealing, that catchy as this game, and it has a big IP. It's the Street Fighter. I grew up watching Street Fighter, playing Street Fighter. Many others did. Right. If you see, I'm looking at my analytics at my videos on YouTube. It's the ages are between 25 and 35.
Right.
These are your player base, and your biggest portion of your player base is based in USA. You're hurting yourself doing that, and I think A+ wouldn't do that. It's not their decision, it's Crunchyroll. Why? Because Crunchyroll have the rights for, I think, every anime in the world. They can do collabs unlimitedly.
And I think that, just one more thing that I kind of put in game feedback too, is that like I think a lot of the frustration about the event could have been stopped ahead of time just by like the game developers actively telling us what will be in the event, what to expect. There wasn't really any knowledge ahead of the event, even up until like the last few minutes before the event dropped.
Miscommunication also.
And another big thing is like we don't know what's behind the rest of this event even still. Like the rest of the Shadowloo exploration event, we don't know what's dropping tomorrow or in 7 days.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. Tomorrow we'll know.
We'll know another third of it.
I don't know.
But
probably.
We'll see. Like we're saying right now, we don't know what's behind day 2 or the second phase, and we won't know what's behind the third phase for another 5-7 days. And I think that is super frustrating as well.
I was so pissed the first day. I took it personally, actually. I think everybody who refunded took it personally,
right.
Actually.
They're like, how...
Yeah.
I trusted that this would be as it was advertised. I trusted that this was going to be a well-handled event. Yeah.
If Crunchyroll really is a successful company that thinks straight, if you think straight, if you're correct, it's like not a single one we want to refund. Everybody should be satisfied and happy. And this is what Lilith did with AFK Arena, and this is why they're the best idle game gacha so far. Like, you learn from the successful. You want to create a new thing, create it on a positive outcome. And I think I hope, but I think that they learned, and I think they'll do better with this game.
That's
hopefully
that's what I'm hoping for, because like I know a lot of people left the game, but I enjoy how the game plays. It's a fun gacha. It's got like actual fighting game mechanics in it that I am interested in. So it's sad to see it go down the way that it did.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'll be around to find out, I guess.